Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an exciting video. It's our 2 looks, 1 palette using the gorgeous Flora Story palette from Oden'S and Makeup Just for Fun. It's the collab, Perfect World collab is what it's called. And this is the Flora Story, which is basically like garden flowers, foresty kind of vibes. It's a gorgeous green and purple palette, like sagey greens with a bit of teal, and then these gorgeous mauvey purples. There's an element in neutral, there's some multichromes, super sparkly shimmers. Look at it, it's beautiful. And we're going to be doing 2 looks using this palette. I want to see how much variety I can get out of this palette, because yes, it's like colourful, but like there is 2 tones, and I just want to see what kind of things I can do with that. I love a challenge like that. Not that it's a challenging palette by any means, but I do like to see how many looks I can get, or how much variety I can get out of a palette. If you want to see any up close pictures of these looks in action, my Instagram is linked down below where I post full face pictures and up close eye pictures, and my TikTok is linked down there as well where I post just more content. There's just more content down there as well, so you can go follow both of those down below. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see more coming up. We have another one of the Perfect World palettes coming up. I only bought 2 of them, but the other one is coming. You probably already know, if you know me on this channel, which one I bought, but it is coming up, so go hit subscribe down below for that. So yeah, we're not going to ramble anymore. This is our beautiful palette. This is one of the looks we're going to create, and we'll have a second one as well. So let's get into the first look. Okay, so look number 1. I'm so excited about this. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. We're going to be doing a 2-toned look, so one eye is going to be one colour, one eye is going to be the other colour. And you probably guessed which colour it's going to be, because there only it really is 2 colours in this palette, which is purple and green. So we're going to use the 2 purples, the darker purple, lighter purple on one eye with the purple shimmer. Oh, love that shimmer. And then on the other eye, we're going to use this one and then this more khaki green here. And we're going to do this shimmer on the lid. I'll probably do that on the inner corner and maybe that on the purple eye inner corner. Just try and get a lot of use out of a lot of the colours in this palette. I'm very excited, but before we get into that, my skin is on, my brows are on, my eyeshadow primer is on. It'll be all listed down below so you can see what we use there. So with this look, it's the easiest way to do it is to have 2 sets of brushes, of like similar brushes. As you can see here, I've got 2 big fluffies, I've got 2 smaller fluffies, I have also got 2 flat brushes and 2 pencil brushes for each eye, basically. Now you can always just clean your brushes in between, but they might stay wet for a while, so I would just try and match your brushes if you can to each eye, and try to remember that you're going to be doing a different color on the other eye, because I always do that. I always, when I've done this one, go straight to this one with the same color because it's just automatic for me, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to do purple over here, and then I'm going to do green on this side. So we're going to start with the shade Orchid, which I've used these 2 purples already in my first impressions, and I'm taking that on a 221 from MAC, which is our small fluffy. And I'm going to keep it simple. Like, the best way to do it is to keep the eyes simple. Either do like this where it's like dark on the outer corner, or do halos, or do like reverse smoky eye kind of deal. That's the kind of the easiest way to do it. Just don't do big cut crease and liners and all these kinds of things for it to be like easy and effective, because you are basically doing 2 different looks at the same time. Now, I mean, it'll look amazing if you did like a crazy look with 2 different colours. That would be unreal, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just bringing that the whole way through the crease. Oh, almost did it. I almost did it. So what we're going to do now is take our other small fluffy, this guy here, another 221, and I'm going to take the shade Sage, which is the kind of deeper khakier green. Like, this is more green, this has a bit more brown in it, but I think it'll be lovely to deepen up, and then when we're blending it with the lighter shade, it'll go more green. It is quite green though. I mean, it's still a khaki green, but we're just going to apply this to the outer corner. And I try to make the 2 eyes like as even as possible, as in as dark as each other. So I try not to use like one really light pastel shade and then a really, really dark shade on the other side, because then the eyes don't look balanced. Even though they are 2 different colours, you still want some sort of like evenness between the 2. It's my first time using this green and it's stunning. Such a perfect khaki green. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the shade Orchid, the darker purple, and we're just going to work on the lower lash a little bit. So I'm just going to take that shade on a little pencil brush. This is a BH Cosmetics number 10 brush from the Rose Gold collection. And we are going to connect that out on the outer corner and just pop that along the lower lash line. Then I'm taking another pencil brush. This is just a 219S from MAC. Going to go back in with the shade Sage and do the same again on this eye. There's a lot of kick up from these mattes though, which is not always normal for Oden'S, but That's absolutely fine. It just means they're quite pigmented. Now we're going to take the shade Azalea, and I'm taking a Beauty Bay BB203. I actually have 3 of these, so I'm using 2 of them for this video. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that shade. It's the lighter purple, and we're just going to use that to blend out the edges of the darker purple. Again, they're simple looks. All I'm going to do is like do the shimmers on the lid after this, after I blend out with these colours. And inner corner, like the look itself is quite simple. It's just that it looks really cool when it's 2 different colours on the eyes. And then I'm just taking that same brush, because I want this to be quite blown out, and just blending out that lower lash as well, just with the same Azalea shade. Then another BB203 brush, and we're going to take the shade Clover, which is like a lighter kind of sagey green, and we're just going to use that to blend out this green. I'm excited for this colour. I don't know why. I'm just very excited to see how this blends and see what the greens all look like, because we all know I love me green eyeshadow. And you probably were surprised when I didn't do like a green look in my first impressions, but you know, can't just always do green for first impressions, but I do. Okay, so now I've got 2 different flat brushes. I've got a BH Cosmetics number 7 brush from the Rose Gold collection, and a Cash Beauty K09, because they're like quite similar sizes, so not that it's going to make a difference, it's just a flat brush. I mean, your finger will work as well. But I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer, as always, and with the first brush, using it on this side. You can use different brushes if you want to apply it to the other side, but I mean, it's clear, and I'm not going to pick up much product from the purple to transfer to the green, so it should be absolutely fine to just pop it on with the one brush. Okay, so for our purple side, we're going to take the shade Magnolia, which I used my first impressions on. Oh my god, wait until you see how sparkly this is. And I'm really hoping, because they look very similar in texture, that the shade Misty, this shimmer that we're going to use on the green side, is going to be the same sort of texture. I'm really, really hoping. So picking up Magnolia, and we are going to pop this on the lid, just over the glitter primer. Like, look at how sparkly that is. It's not a pressed glitter, but you would swear it's just as sparkly as one. Then I'm just going back in with a little bit of Orchid, the darker purple matte, and on the brush that I used for that shade, and just tap over where that meets the shimmer, just to get a nice little blend going. Then I'm picking my Cash Beauty flat brush up, and we're going to take Misty, which is this one here. I really hope, oh, it picks up the same. It looks similar. God, I just dented Dawn. No. I just scraped my nail through the whole side of Dawn. Oh no. It's fine, she'll survive, but I'm very sad. This is gonna go on the green side. Oh yeah, this is quite sparkly. Oh yeah, it is pretty much as sparkly. Okay, these are my favourite textures in this palette. You'll be thinking, Carly, you swatched them, you should already know. I haven't swatched them yet when I'm filming this. I'm literally just filming blind with a lot of these colours, and then I usually kind of go back and film my swatches afterwards. Now, sometimes I film my swatches before my 2 looks on palette, but I just had time off, so I was like, just film as much as possible while you're off and get it all done. And I've been dying to use these palettes as well, so I just wanted to get straight in, didn't care. Then taking my small blending brush with the shade Sage and picking up a little bit more of Sage, and we're just going to do the same out here and just fluff over where it meets the shimmer. Okay, so I was going to use the shade Best Buds and Dawn, like Best Buds on this eye and then Dawn on this eye, but I just think Dawn is not going to fit this eye the way I want it to, the way Best Buds will fit this eye. So I think I'm just going to do a neutral one in between and do my face highlight. So I'll pop that on when I'm doing my actual highlighter. So that's it. That's the look pretty much. I'm going to add like rhinestones or something like that to it, something to kind of, I don't know, make it a little bit more fun. And then I'm going to finish off the eyes, do my cheeks, do a lip, and I'll come back and let you know what I used on the rest of my face. Okay guys, so this is how I finish off the look. Can I just say, I'm a genius for adding these rhinestones. I know that's not revolutionary, but what I did was I added like lilac-y toned rhinestones on this side, and then I put the greeny, sagey kind of ones on this side. I don't know if you can see that. So you got green on this side, and then we've got the more lilac on this side. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Such a fun way to just kind of amp it up to another little level. I don't know, I'm very happy with it. So to finish off the eyes, I did do another winged liner. Shocking, I know, but I think it anchors both eyes evenly, so they're not, like, one is not darker than the other. So if you're ever unsure about that, just do a winged liner or some sort of liner across the lash line, and it will kind of anchor your look down a little bit. So I used my NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner for that one. And then more NYX on the waterline. So I did a purple on this side and then a green on this side, obviously. If you're unsure, do black or white or whatever kind of neutral colour that will fit both. I used the NYX Epic Wear Liner Sticks in the shade All Time Olive on the green side and Magenta Shock on the purple side, so they match pretty perfectly, I have to say. For my mascara then I use my MAC Magic Extension mascara, and then my lashes are the Colourpop, the set of 8, the foam ink lashes, what's it called, it's faux, the big set anyway, and I use the Style Kitten, which are kind of like a bit longer on the outside that kind of adds that winged out effect really nicely, but I just think they go really well with the shape of the eye. I love it. On to cheeks, I use my Benefit Dallas bronzer again, just because I'm in that kind of mood. I go through phases of like using one product for ages and then I'll like stop using it for ages and then I'll go back to it. So that's that one. Then onto cheeks, I used my Bella Bamba, whoops, also from Benefit, which is just a bit more pinky and just gives a nice little bit of pink to the cheeks. I didn't want anything too much because it'll contrast too much with the green and match too much with this side, so it would look a bit weird then. So I went with something and just went very soft with it. My highlight then that I used on my inner corner as well as on my cheeks is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Lightscapade, which is like a marbled effect. And I just popped that on my cheeks and my inner corner. My lips then I went in with All Reliable, my Whirl Lip Liner from MAC, just to line my lips. And another All Reliable, also from MAC, is the Love You Back lipstick, which is like a neutral. It's just neutral. Nothing special about it. I just wanted something that's going to kind of go with both sides of the eyes. But I did pull this out because I just wanted to use it. I actually kind of forgot I had it a little bit. This is the Colourpop and Lizzie McGuire collection. This is the Lizzie lip gloss. It's like a really sparkly clear gloss. Do you remember these types of glosses? Remember like squeezy tube glosses like this? I know you can still probably get them, but like this is so retro for me. This is like proper late 90s, early 2000s. I'm a 90s baby, so like this speaks to me, but it's minty. It's minty. I didn't know until I was like sitting here with it on. I was like, ooh, it's minty. So that is all of the products. That is how we finished this. Look, the rhinestones are just from Art and Hobby Shop. They're these, is their brand Anita's. A wheel like this, just with lots of different colours. All the same size, just lots of different colours. And yeah, I love them. I just took them on with lash glue as well. But yeah, that is all the products. That is the look complete. I'm in love with this look. I'm in love with this palette as well, not gonna lie. I'm loving it so far. I cannot wait to get into my second look. I think I'm actually going to go quite neutral with my second look, and just to see if we can go neutral with a little twist. A little twist. You can't just go neutral on this channel. There has to be a twist to it. So yeah, let's see what we do for look number 2. Okay, let's get into look number 2 using the Flora Story palette, and we're going to go quite soft actually. I'm mostly going to use the shade Shroom, this one here, and Dawn on the lid, and that's kind of it really. And I may use a little bit of Clover just to deepen up Shroom a little bit. I have it in my head that will kind of work a little bit. I don't know if it will, but I'll see how dark this is. It might be dark enough. I just want it to be quite soft. I'm going to do winged liner, very iridescent kind of look is what we're kind of going for. So yeah, I've already got my skin on, my brows on, my eyeshadow primer on. I'm very dewy. It's all listed down below, but I'm very dewy today. I didn't powder my entire face, so yeah, dewy, but that's the look I want to go for. So to start out, we're going to take the shade Shroom, and we're going to take that on a 6SS from Inglot, one of my favourite big fluffy brushes, and we're just going to pop that on the outer corner. We're just going to see how this colour works. I'm very curious about this brown because it's quite a odd brown, if that makes sense. It's like a weird kind of colour, because in the pan it kind of has this like cool toned pinky peach sort of look to it. On the eye it's going on a lot more cool toned than it looks in the pan, which I don't really mind. I quite like that, and I do like soft shades and soft looks every now and again. This is like the perfect like eye contour shade, like to give me a shadow on my eye so it looks like a shadow and not eyeshadow. Bring this the whole way across because I want to create that nice shadowed effect. Beautiful, blends out so well. I'm going to take a tiny little bit more on that same brush, and I just want to fluff that down here and do a bit of a contour going from the bridge of the nose upwards. I love this, especially if I'm doing a soft look, because it just gives that real like intensity without actually using any dark shades. So you can see there, just shapes out the eye, gives me this like intensity, but like it's not actually dark. I love it. Like if I'm gonna go neutral, these are the kind of neutrals I go for. These like slightly odd neutrals. I kind of don't know if I'm gonna use that green. Oh, I wanted to, but I don't know if I will because it's, I don't know. I'll put the shimmer on and then I might add the green to that, maybe. Who knows? I'm taking that same shroom shade and I'm taking this on a 221 from MAC, which is like a small fluffy brush. I'm just running that along my lower lash as well. I'm using this brush because it'll give me a nice soft application like what we have up here. You can always use a pencil brush or an angle brush, but it just gives you a bit more of a harsher application, where this is a lot softer. And I know it's like my soft look, but I'm still going to blend it down quite far because I just like that for my eye shape. This could possibly be one of the simplest looks I've ever done on my channel because I've just got one more shade to use on the lid and probably the inner corner as well. And that's it. Two colors. It's all you need sometimes. So we're going to take the shade Dawn, which is that beautiful like iridescent kind of gold. It's gold, pink, kind of orange to a green. And I'm taking that on a 239 from MAC, which is like their flat brush. I almost forgot my glitter primer. Just taking a small amount. I don't need a lot because my eyeshadow primer I use is quite sticky anyway. This just gives it a little bit extra for it to stick to. Okay, and then we're going to go into Dawn this time with the same brush. I just wiped off any excess glitter primer. You'll always feel with this kind of texture that Oden's Eye does, this like really thin shimmer kind of formula, that it's not picking up on the brush because it's so thin. It is, like it's there, but it just always feels like it's not picking up. And I'm just pressing this over the whole lid, all the way where that glitter primer is. I wanted to do this kind of look to see how shifty this colour is because it's so beautiful. I don't think I'm going to do the green. I really don't. I don't think it's actually going to deepen it that much anyway. How gorgeous and wet looking is that? Let me zoom in so you can actually see the shift. So I've kind of lowered down the lighting and I've just put my flash on my phone so you can see it there. Oh, so pretty. I still have to like fix the edges and all that, but oh my god, it's so pretty. So just to fix up the edges, I'm taking that 221 again from MAC and just a little bit more of the shroom shade and just going to finesse all the edges of that shimmer all through the crease as well, just to make sure everything isn't harsh. There's no harsh line, but it's also not just like stuck or blended up too high. Just going to take a little bit more of that Dawn shade and just wrap that around my inner corner as well, just because I can always use my face highlight, but I might as well just use this because my face highlight is going to be actually kind of similar to this eyeshadow. It's so cool when I look in like I've got my little the Child palette or mirror from Colourpop. When I look in this at this angle, I can see pink to green, but when I look down here, I can see orange and green. So cool. Okay, that's the look. Very simple, as I said. I am going to jump off. I'm going to finish off the eyes. I'm going to do my cheeks. I'm going to do a lip. I don't know what else to do really. I may have a glitter in there that might go with this, but I don't know. I don't even know if I want to. I don't even know what lip I want to do yet. I'm just kind of going along with this. This is just what I wanted to do on the eyes though. So I'll probably do a big wing liner, nice pair of lashes, all that kind of jazz. But yeah, I'm very happy with this so far. So I'll see you in a sec. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. It's neutral. Like, I mean, it is neutral. It's soft. It shows you a bit of variety with the palette. But I do like these looks from time to time. I do always pair with usually something grungy like a lip or like a nice wing liner, because I know a wing liner is not grungy, but the lip, this kind of lip is, because I have to add a little bit of grunger. It can't be too soft and sweet. I have to have a little bit of grunge going in there. So let me show you everything that I used on my face. To finish off the eyes for my wing liner, I used my NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner, which I've been using a lot recently because I really like it. Yeah. It's just in black, obviously. And then my actual liner for my waterline pretty much matches, like, not the shimmer as in like it shifts, but the kind of tone of like that golden orangey pink sort of shade that it does shine to on the waterline. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Rosy and Goldie. Just a twist up liner. I think NYX do one something similar to this, so anything like that kind of colour. My mascara then is my MAC Magic Extension Mascara, and then my lashes are another one of those Colourpop ones from that big set of 8. These are the Angel lashes, so they're really, really long, especially towards out here. They really taper the eye out, especially my eyes are like quite round. They're big but round, so I have to really extremely wing out the eye, so these are like perfect. The ones that just sit on the end, they don't do anything, they kind of make my eye droop down, so I need them to be like long to really like wing them out for me. So they're beautiful. On to cheeks then. I used the MAC Mineralize blush in the shade Humor Me as my bronzer because it is brown, and I mean, for me, it's a bronzer, so I use that. For cheeks, I use something I haven't used in a while, a long while actually. This is my NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse. Wow. In the shade Coralicious, so just coral. Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like it. And then my highlight pretty much matches the lid. Pretty much. Like, I mean, it has probably a bit more of a green shift to it than the lid, but the lid still has a bit of a green to it. This is my Kaleidos Space Age Prophecy highlighter, and yeah, I just popped it on cheeks. I knew I was going to use this highlighter as soon as I picked this look and these kind of shimmers on the eyes, or this shimmer on the eye. I knew I was going to use this, and this is why I didn't use this as my inner corner highlight, because they're basically the same color. And then for my grungy lip, I used my Black Moon Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Gloom, which was like a kind of a, what would you call it, like a mid-tone brown, but leans on the cooler side, so like a grey brown kind of colour, but not too grey. Yeah, I really like it. I was thinking about going like peachy pink, but like I was like, nah, this suits the kind of crease colour a little bit better. So that's everything I use my face, and that is our second look using the Flora Story palette from Oden'S and Makeup Just for Fun, aka Amanda. I really like this. I love this look, by the way. I do really love it. I do love my first look, my two-tone. I love that anyway, because I always love those looks. So I can't really pick which one I like. I love this palette though. Really liking it. The shimmers are stunning. The mattes blend beautifully. Yeah, I'm excited to get into a bit more with this palette. I might do something else on Instagram or something like that, or TikTok even. Whenever I get time. I never have time, but when I get time I probably will. And we still have the Planet Spirit palette as well from Bobbi as well to use, so I'm very excited about that. So I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think of this palette, and what do you think of this look? What do you think of the other look as well? Which look was your favourite actually? I always ask this in my two looks of palette. Which one was your favourite, the first or the second? I'm kind of in between. I don't really know. I love this because I love this kind of style. If I'm to go soft glam, this is my kind of soft glam, which is not very soft. But the two-tone look is always going to be me. I love a good two-tone. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, to get me around to more people, and also let me know that you like the video, and I will continue to do many more. Also subscribe down below to see many more things coming up, and to see the Planet Spirit palette from Bobbi and Oden'S from this collection. It's going to be a fun, colourful time with that palette. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, as well as my TikTok down below, where I post on my Instagram all the up-close content of this look and my first look, and all the looks I do will be live on my Instagram, all the up-close pictures and everything. And then my TikTok is down there for a little bit extra content, just a little sprinkle of extra content in there, so go follow both of those below. So yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's all I need to talk about in this video. I will see you in the next video.